Hello everybody, welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new album by 21 Pilots, Clancy. So just take this into note, I don't really listen to 21 Pilots, so this is a blind review of the band, making my first impressions with this new record of theirs. But I am up to date with like what albums they put out, and I have listened to singles and such, but yeah, Clancy is a record that I didn't really know if I was going to talk about, but I wanted to talk about 21 Pilots to give myself a little bit more of stepping out of my comfort zone of just, rather than just talking about, more hard rock metal. I like to have a bit more variety to the channel as well. So what I know from the last record, Scaled and Icy, is that the reception was very mixed, to some of it being quite bad. Like, I don't know what would push the album to be that weak, but looking through it, I can kind of see what the problems would that could be for a lot of fans and a lot of newcomers compared to something like Clancy. I think Clancy has a better taste of what you'd want for 21 Pilots, if that's kind of one way you want to base the sound of. I think there's some good ideas. The three singles we had, Overcompensate, Next Semester, and the latest single, Backslide, they definitely have the catchiness to it. They got some powerful hooks, they got some great writing, and just the beats as well just work really nicely to give you quite a fun groove to either dance to, or just something that's got a little bit more of a funky little push. Now a lot of the songs also stray into softer direction, which, to be fair, 21 Pilots, from what I've listened to, don't really stray into anything too zany. But one thing I kind of did wish we had a little bit more of, if you don't know by now, I do like it when bands do a little bit of screaming, and that's one thing I like about the track Car Radio. Was just kind of a surprise, but we didn't really get much of that in this. But I suppose I'm not really expecting it on 21 Pilots, because it's like one of the softest bands I know to even do it. So why would I really think, oh yeah, this is going to happen, when it's only used just to really bring out a powerful motion out of it, and they don't need to talk about mental health and then have some screaming on it. So that makes more than enough sense why it's not on there. The album flows in quite a nice way, honestly. I do think some of the songs towards the end just kind of feel a bit weird in terms of its sound. I don't know if it's just me, but I found Oldie Station just kind of have some weird sound bits at the time. But minus just it feeling a bit quiet at some points. I don't know if that's just a me issue of the Spotify or some shit, but I definitely noticed something towards the latter half was just a bit off. It's still a good concrete song to listen to, and I think a lot of this album is just filled with fine to decently good stuff. And I'm not a big fan of 21 Pilots, but I can kind of see what people like about it. With that being said, though, Clancy didn't really reel me in as much as I wanted it to. I think there's a bunch of good songs on there, and I think they definitely managed to have some interesting ideas. The synths can be really powerful as well to add a lot of element of fun. But for where I stand with being a new listener for 21 Pilots, I think Clancy probably isn't the best the band has to offer, but I can kind of see why fans would like it at the same time, because it definitely has some of the elements that definitely feels like classic 21 Pilots, from the earlier stuff from Vessel that I actually have listened to. Because as I said, I only listened to numerous singles, but I have listened to like almost each period or each era of the band in some way or another. But this is my first true experience for a full LP, and yeah, Clancy's fine. I don't really have much else to say than that. I don't really know what else to say. But Clancy, I think, for 21 Pilots, is an alright record. I'll give it a 2.5 out of 5. I think the idea of focusing more on the mental health, especially with tracks like The Craving and Gender's version, definitely creates for some of the more powerful emotional moments on the record. That's definitely a highlight for me. And then Oldie Station just kind of definitely has a emotional point as well, which I think is quite nice to see. There's definitely some beautiful moments, but for a concrete record, it's not that. Definitely not a concrete record, but it's not bad either. Hope you all enjoy. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next video.